Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a different kind of episode. It's your boy PB, and we have actually started a new game. Now, when I say new game, I'm pretty sure it's been out for a little while. There is a couple of versions of it, I believe, but it's very, very similar to what we love with the Dynasty franchise. It is, of course, if you already know, Sword Chronicles Awakening. And we're really just having a look at maybe doing a little bit of a series on it. I know that we do have a few players in our Discord that are actually coming back in and joining, which is fantastic. If anyone would like to join, I'll leave the details in the description link below. It is Stormtide 3, server 113, so 113. And we are, of course, plodding along. We're pretty much week number 2 into it, so around the 7 to 8 days. I reckon it's 8 days if I remember correctly. And I kind of just wanted to cover some similarities in other games, what I think in terms of like the future development, just do some pulls and really just look at the whole genre as a whole, I think, because I know they definitely took some elements of this game from, I want to say, even the map layout, the story mode, the interactions here once you start to complete them, very much like Dynasty Origin Conquest and Dynasty Origin Pioneer, for those that follow along for Yazoo Gaming, and of course that is GT Arcade. I don't believe GT Arcade owns this game though. I think it is a separate, I want to say a separate holding company, or maybe a totally different game in general, but it definitely feels like Dynasty Origins. So if you are familiar with that game, and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, but you still want to have that nostalgia of playing your favorite heroes, then this game is definitely for you. I would say like the action, again, very similar to DOP, a lot of the turn-based games, Idle Heroes, etc. But the animation is great in terms of the way that they have laid it out. Everybody is pretty much stock standard. You have your support, main DPS, and tank. And of course, for those that love Daddy Lubu, we all know we're going to be building the Han Dynasty, which of course is called Guan or Qiao in this one. I'll butcher all the names and I'll do it on purpose, but that's just the way we roll on this channel. But if you'd like to join us on the journey, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. Eventually, I may return to One Piece. I just taking a little bit of a hiatus from that game because there's not a great deal going on with it, and they keep changing the development of it. Like they keep changing the names of it, and I just, to be honest, it's just a little bit sus. It's a little bit sus when developers keep releasing the same game with a different skin. So yeah, hopefully they fix that up. I know a lot of people can't get into the iOS version of it. There's some issues with Android. So I figured we would start fresh in 2024 with a game that everyone can play. Now again, turn-based system mechanics. It's not something that, I guess it's not rocket science, but it is enjoyable in terms of the team building mechanic, which we will get into in a second. Some of these guys are actually pretty challenging. As you'll see, they are slowly whittling down my team. And in terms of like, do you need to spend? I feel like this is probably one of the games where, unless you are chasing the top of the leaderboard, um, short answer is not really. You can pretty much clear 90% of the content with your basic epic heroes. So we're going to show you some examples in a second. I just, obviously chose to try to do like a semi-full team of Han or warlords, depending on how you want to call them, because that's what I like, right? That's my preference. But if you like the puppy dog Xiao, he's in here as well. They've all of the main heroes in terms of your nostalgia. Guan Yu, of course, Marshall, and then of course you have San Shi. You've got all of them in here, which is, it's pretty cool. I will say that. Main thing about it is there's a lot of separate sort of components, they're all very much the same in terms of being intuitive. All this I pretty much got free within a week, which are the legendary versions of the weapons. You don't really have to stress too much about finding them. You will get them in your guild every day. You can buy 5 shards. It is just a very easy game to play. That's what I'll say. I feel like the crossover for those that are playing other similar RPGs or MMOs is very much there. But as you can see, this is one of my lineups. I will say that this system here, being able to pretty much swap out any like set of heroes, you don't actually have to run all the same nation. You can have, I believe, I have a full shoe team down here. What happens is you simply swap all of the statistics from your already preset heroes into your new set heroes. So you don't need to level them up. You don't need to like waste your resources. I'll show you here an example is you basically just swap them out. Same level, same gear. There may be some disadvantages to that. You might need to tweak it around a little bit so that it all matches up, but it's pretty much like a stock standard version of the system. And I really do enjoy that. It means that you don't have to start the game over again. If you want to play like a certain faction, you don't actually have to go, well, now I need to create another account and then go from there. Now, you will like drop in terms of like power and stuff like that, of course. It's not a complete swap over. Obviously, you're not going to have all the same stars and investments, but I do feel like being able to swap like this is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Now, again, you have to like add your masteries and stuff, but you get the message, right? You get the picture. It is pretty cool in terms of not having to worry about like reinvesting and all the other stuff. Now, in saying that, the drop rates. Uh, I feel like a lot of people, when they really get into the nitty gritty, they want to say, like, okay, so what's the best nation to run? You can actually run a mixed nation. I'll show on the leaderboard the couple of top guys. These guys did well out. Just to get to that level 52, probably the only thing I would say to buy is stamina pills, which is $1 a day. If you want to be a low spender, that's fine. If you want to be a free to play, it's fine too, because you get free resources regardless. But if you wanted to look at the squads, so this guy is basically running Simi, which is the tank, Zenji, which is literally just an SR, a purple hero. You get lots of drops of them. I believe that's Wenji, the one of the heroes you start in the very beginning of the game, which is another healer. And then basically you get Li Lingqi, which is Lubu's daughter, Lubu and Daojuan's daughter. You get her for free. You literally get her to UR for free. So that's fantastic. And then, of course, you have the Time Hero, which basically you get these guys for free. That's the thing is this game really it's more about strategy than necessarily giving overall competitive advantage for spending money. There are certainly elements in there that will get you ahead, of course. Like, I'm never going to say it doesn't have the pay to win behind it, but you can get a lot of this stuff for free. And I mean, RNG really comes down to RNG. You get Zhuge for free as well. He is day number seven's reward, and I'll show you some examples as well of other teams that are currently on the top of the leaderboard. I believe this guy, is he running the shoe team? I think Dino might be running the shoot team. No, but they're again running like these aren't natural like full nations of say or Shu or Wei or Han. They are mix and matches, but I'm just gonna find the one that I saw him before. Maybe it was Jerry. View squad. Who is it? Not you. Maybe it is like View squad. Nope. That's Sarai, which you can get as well. Maybe it is this guy. One of them is running it. There we go. I was not tripping balls. I knew there was one. This guy's basically running your stock standard team. Like these heroes you actually get at the beginning of the game. So there's Yuping, which is, I believe, is this? I think No, it's not. It's not Zhang Fei's daughter. I think it's Guan Yu's daughter. And then you have again Zenji, which is very easy to get. Then you have this chick, which you get first, pretty much straight off the bat, and you get this one too. This is your first hero, and this guy's running her. They're very easy to get copies of, obviously being just legendaries and super rares, and of course there's this. That's your super rare right there for your support. So her main DPS would be this one. Triple support, main DPS. Now they do have functions such as Pierce, which basically whittles down tank heroes. You have your defenders, and then you have your typical DPS, and then you have your support. However, that's like that's not even a hard team to get, if that makes sense. Like this is the sort of team that you literally can go from the very beginning of the game, and it will push you through pretty much 90% of the team. And look, he's ranked number 8 in arena. So you don't even, I mean, from a functional point of view, you don't have to spend money in order to enjoy the game. That's what I'm getting at. Now, later on, that probably changes in certain aspects if you want to complete events. But talking about events, if we get into it, the skins, they actually give you a free skin at the very beginning, which I'll respond to someone. When I first started, he was just in the package, so I didn't even spend money. This guy just gave me the Lubu skin, which is cool, but there you go, you can get skins. The store packs, you do get a lot of stuff for free, but like I said, probably the only one that you'd be thinking about is the stamina pills, which is 99 cents. That, in my opinion, would be the only one worth investing on early on. There is one that gives you a legendary weapon, which is like the Emperor Seal, but that's $40. So if you really don't want to spend, forget about it. But a lot of this stuff is you really just get from participating, which is fantastic. And I really would strongly recommend early on, make sure you invest in these because you will need them. You'll need the green ones and you'll need 4 of the blue ones. So make sure that you get those when they pop up. Spoiler alert, that basically levels up your title. So don't do what PB did and like forget to buy them from the auction. This is the only other real pay to win feature when you spend money, $1 basically. You get like a free wish chance. Honestly, none of that stuff is super important. It's nice to have, but it's not going to break your gameplay, if that makes sense. The VIP store itself is completely different to other games in terms of purchasing power. When you do start the game off, you will get about 10 usable codes, which works out to be about 15,000 of these currency up there, these little diamonds. And what that means is every time you transact, every time you spend your diamonds on anything, which is, could be, if I show you, if it shows me, could be these ones, which they're called meta gems. So your diamonds, your gold, whatever you want to call them. Every time you spend that, your VIP level goes up. So what we'll do is we'll buy this 30 pack, which is 30 summons. So we spend around 5,000 of them. And then if we go to the VIP store, there you go. Your meta gem count literally goes up, and it shows you the prequel to your next investment. You can, of course, save these up if you are actually going to be using Zenji, which is arguably one of the better healers early game. Maybe does fall off late game. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't thought that far ahead. But for what she does, she's pretty easy to acquire, but you can actually get her skin there too if you wanted to invest in it. There is a lot of stuff that you can invest each week, which means you can buy some extra stamina, you can buy some extra tofu for some of the other challenges. But ultimately, the game is queued for you to actually enjoy it. I really feel like the quality of life is fantastic. Another thing that I'd point out is you literally can just go through and auto. You can auto through everything. You will need to get some prerequisites before you can select this option, but you can auto, sit back and walk away, or you can do it manually if you enjoy that type of content. It's absolutely up to you. A lot of the stuff here, including the bunny, lets you to auto it. It's not locked behind paywalls, it's just locked behind progress. So again, lots of things to do. In terms of the guild events, they do actually typically have a couple that come up. It is important to be in an active guild. If you do join the server, feel free to send me a DM and just say, I saw your video and I will make some room for you. We do have typical siege, which I think a lot of people are familiar with. Then we have dungeon events, we haven't quite unlocked yet. But like I said, there's a lot to do, and it's not necessarily a boring event. It takes about 20 minutes of your day. Um, Depends on which server you're on. For me, it's about 11 to 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so it may be closer to nighttime or like when you get home from work. Try to work that in. We do have an active Discord, so you can always jump in and follow along there, and we can coordinate some events. Feel free to use our Discord if you want to coordinate on another server. I will set you up with a specific channel. All right, getting into, I guess, the nitty gritty of it, you do need to be part of a guild. I feel like that's the fundamental. You don't want to be like just plodding along on the server because you want to have access to these resources every time they come up. And of course, like I said, it is a fairly easy game to play, but these ones will give you some advantages to really just power up your heroes. These are sort of like ancillary bonuses. You will be able to get your divine weapons, and then you get some free resources as well as your conquest. So it is important to make sure you do that for the guild clash. The other thing that I would mention is don't stress too much about doing some of these events. They will pop up. They're all pretty much intuitive. This little event here is like wacky. I don't even know why they do it, but it's just it's kind of like billionaire event, but not. I don't even know what the similar version of this would be. I do see it in a lot of how do I say it? A lot of Asian version games. They seem to do this a lot. But it's just free resources. So if you want to take the time to go around the map and get it, feel free to do so. Otherwise, don't stress too much. I mean, you're not going to be at a massive disadvantage for not completing these events. But if you choose to, then you will get some additional awards. The goal of it, though, I will tell you this because nobody really knows it. The goal is to get to this little green square. So right here between the thumbs and that, the layout changes, but you want to get to the little thing that says, when you press on it, story. And you need to do this 3 times to unlock some additional awards. And really what that means is once you do your full complete lap, you will then get some coins, which will give you, I don't know if I can show you. Where is it? They give you, if I bring it up correctly, it is these. You actually get skins, so you get some of these items here, which is Saturn. Which is, I mean, look, if you want some skins, then that's pretty cool. Like, why not? Specifically, if you are going to use some of these heroes, it's free stuff, right? Everything else kind of costs money, so we avoid that. We don't look at that, okay? Remove the temptation. But you can get some free skins, we give you free bonuses, particularly if you are using those types of heroes. In terms of the other events, though, you do get some free challenge questions here. Um, it's just fun. I feel like it is fun. It's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of the time, you will basically just get prompted into it. There'll be lots of red dots to click on. You will, against, as I said before, where is she? You will, oh my gosh, so many tabs here. You will get to do this chick here. You'll get her skin, which she's wearing, Vengeance Blade, and you'll actually get pretty much, you get her for free. You get her for free. You get all of her attachments for free too, if that makes sense. Where is she? Let me click on the events tab. It's the weapon one, I believe. Yes. So day number 3, you actually get her shards, which is 120 of them. Mind you, you probably will pull her just by sheer luck. You can select her if you would like to main her as your main UR for now, but honestly, you do get her pretty common. She's not like a rare hero as far as I can see. But you do get her, you will get her UR ability, which we'll talk about in a second. And yeah, it's pretty cool. she's actually a crit fiend. We're on day number 9. There you go. So I figured that. I was like, are we day 8 or day 9? I couldn't remember. But we've been playing it a little while and it's definitely fun. Mirror speech. There is a couple of things that I would recommend when you start out. Make sure that you pick Shu. or Wei as your team. Don't pick Wu because they're the weakest of the nations currently. So make sure when you first start this event, listen to Uncle PB, pick Shu or Wei, and then go from there. There's not a lot, I guess, to discuss about it, but these little refreshes here, these little coins, when you do go through and refresh them, every time you select the same hero, for argument's sake, you pick all the purple ones, you pick all the gold ones, every time you get them, you actually level up 1 star of that corresponding hero until eventually you get them all as you are, as they are down there, which is the, I guess, quote unquote, the highest rank in the game. At the moment is 5 star you are. So the game literally gives you access to experiment with every type of hero that's available, including the weapons and including the pets, which I think is really good when you think of like an introduction to a game. Like, this is something that you can work towards yourself, you can experiment. There's no right or wrong combination, there's just not so good and good. And the other thing to remember that I wish I knew a little bit earlier on is to use some of these items. You need to go through and read what they do. One of them will level up your hero, another one will restore your hero, and another one will basically star it up into like higher level URs. So make sure that you are participating in your daily events. You will get lots of free branches. Don't be afraid to recruit, and make sure you level up all of your heroes. But I would recommend Shu Away first because you'll do a lot more damage and get on the leaderboard. The other thing too here is eventually, as the event goes on, you will be able to get a lot of this for free. I haven't spent any money, by the way, to get to level 45. It's just been pure RNG. The rewards are pretty cool. You will get a lot of them. So you basically just get free summons, more free summons, more free summons, UR items. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You do get a lot of free stuff, and you really don't have to stress about it. Like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's fine. Like, it is what it is. But I wouldn't need to spend any money. I wouldn't recommend it spending on this. In terms of the event itself, you will be paying a little bit if you want to get these guys up to UR. Unless your RNG is godlike, you will probably have to spend a little bit to get these guys to the ultra rare status. But you probably will be able to get them, I want to say, between 4 and 5 star. I personally wouldn't split between both Sonata and Dante. The reason being is you will find yourself spending a heck of a lot of resource um, that you might want to invest elsewhere. Now, I know that's a little bit like, oh, what do you mean by that? Like, you may actually just want to be investing in additional realm vouchers, because ultimately, Dante, in my opinion, kind of outweighs what this guy does. And we'll probably go into a little bit more of the character development and questions, Q&A, some strategies and stuff like that later on down the track. This guy obviously does, he's the main DPS, but from a support perspective, Dante, from what I've experienced and what I use in um, testing him out, he seems to have just a little bit more versatility. He does a lot more control, whereas this guy's basically burst, DPS, and rage. They both are situational, and together I feel like they would be amazing, but try to focus on one. Don't swap between your pools, if that makes sense. That would be my recommendation there. Now, because we don't want to bore you forever on the videos, there are lots of different currencies. Let's go ahead and do some pools. Is there anything that you should be saving for? Um, I guess that would be no. I really wouldn't say there's anything that you need to be saving for. As far as I can see, there's not some great event where you, as far as I know anyway, there's no like, when you have like the limited time hero event, if you pull like 100, you'll get an additional reward. I can't really see any of those coming up. Maybe there are things around like the pets, the pet vouchers, where there could be some cool pets that arrive later on down the track that you might want to save for instead of like pulling it all at once. But that would really just be up to you and what you want to do. Heck, you can maybe even can save some of these realm vouchers. I don't know if they'll introduce new heroes for the realm or if it'll always just be Dante and Sonata. I'm not sure if they're gonna introduce other ones, but look, for all intensive purposes, we're gonna do some pulls and then call it quits. Now, I have like a guaranteed 20. And this is the other problem is you can't buy them after a certain point. You can only buy 20 of these. So I've already maxed out all my purchasing power. You can buy copies and shards there. Um, Recruit Realm Hero, you have to do it like 200 times to get all this other stuff. But let's be honest, I don't know if we're ever going to achieve that one. However, if we do manage to pull him, that would be great. Just because yeah, we need lots of copies for him. Now, the other thing to remember too, and I will probably discuss this as we rank up, there there is a slight curve in the amount of shards that you will need. So you really do need to try to focus on stuff that you can holistically achieve. That's why I wouldn't try to split my resources, particularly for these types of events. Focus on one and just stick to it. If you get lucky and you get Sonata, just stick with Sonata unless you like your heart is absolutely set on building Dante. You will get shards of him though. You get shards of your preferred hero, and you may get shards of Sonata anyway, just to build them as like for the I want to say the gallery. But it's not a guarantee unless you get the 30. So just keep that in mind. It does take a little while for you to. Um, I want to say it does take a little while for you to get a hang of it. But once you sort of get into the swing, you'll be like, oh, this makes sense. Oh, that's why I'm getting these resources. Oh, it all sort of, it makes it all look a little bit easier in the end. Like this thing, I like the first time I got this, I was like, what the heck's this? You won't unlock this until level 50, so don't worry about it. But when you unlock it, you'll be like, oh, so that's what it does. It's literally the star karma. It's star karma from DOP. I'll show you in a second. I won't be remiss. We'll do some solo pulls here because we can. We need to get some of this stuff anyway. We didn't really get lucky in terms of the shards themselves, but if you're ever curious about it, there is a drop rate as well. And I think preview. No, overview. Odds. There you go. So target hero is 5%. And that's pretty much it across all of them. It's 5%. None of this 0.1% that other games have or this ridiculously low drop rate. You have 5% to get the targeted hero. And I feel like that's pretty cool. I think that in terms of quality of life is fantastic. The other thing too is with this expedition recruitment, this is the only way besides arena when you unlock it to get the rare heroes. So try to pick something that you would be using. She would be a fantastic choice. Zhuge, she is a rage enhancer. Definitely worth it in terms of support. I want to go with the leopard girl just because why not? But honestly, in terms of that, I just picked one. I was like random. I was like, oh, look, she looks like she does damage. And he looks like he's a really cool tank because he gives shields. So I pretty much just went with those because I'm trying to stick with one nation. I'll fail, by the way. I'll switch my nations up. But otherwise, you can always just pick one that suits your team. Make sure you read what they do. Just don't blindly go into it like I did. Kind of have a good idea. She's great in terms of support. In way, Qiao is also great for debuff. I think he reduces their damage and defense. So yeah, there is a lot of things to get, but these are the rare heroes. So make sure you pick the ones that fit your team. We're gonna go and do ourselves some pulls on this one. Fingers crossed we manage to get one of them. Um, No, we just keep getting masterwork stuff. That's crazy. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy one of these though. Can I buy one of you? VIP. Where are you at? Arena expeditions. These are where the. By the way, this is where you can get your rare shards each week. You get 20 per character, so don't stress too much about it. But yes, that's the other thing I wanted to show you. Where can I get you though? Megalodons. one of you. All right. Oh, we got 5 of them. Oh, fingers crossed. Give me something good. I need lots of her shards because I believe it goes from 60 to 60 to 120, and then it's 180, and then it's 240. So each star level, it actually goes up quite a lot. Man, no luck. No luck. We did get the guarantee, which is your 30, your 15, and then your 80, you get 35. They try to total up to 60, so every 80 pulls, you get 60 guaranteed. But like I said, you do need you do actually need quite a lot of copies. And again, the odds are the same. The odds are the same. You get your wish star hero, your targeted hero. These ones, like, I want to say it isn't. It isn't necessarily the best, but you will get at least a top 10 hero because they're rare. Everything you pull would be a rare hero. So, and you do get the guarantee, by the way. So it's like you get a guaranteed rare hero. Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. You decide what you want to make of that. The other thing here is you can, of course, select the heroes that you are building. These, none of them are rare, of course, but make sure you build towards your team. I want to build Li Lin Kui and I want to build Lu Bu. Preferably, I'd like to get Lu Bu copies so I could finally get this guy up to 5-star. That would be nice, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see whether or not RNG likes us. We'll only watch the first one and we'll skip the rest. Now, you do get a guaranteed 5-star every 30 pulls, I believe. Um, and again, it's not like you don't necessarily have to worry about pulling the elite ones. And I say that because a lot of the time, the elite heroes, I mean, yes, they have a part to play, but you'll see that most of them, like even this one, Dao Kuei, she's like a support hero that others use because she gives 20%. Like she does a lot of buffs here. If I have a look at what she does, attack one enemy, increase Backlow's final crit by 20% for 2 rounds. So like a lot of the buffer heroes that they're just rare, like they're super rare. So it's like you may be like, oh, I didn't get an elite hero, and then you look at what you did get, and you're like, oh, damn, I needed Zenji, like I actually need her. If I want to run her, I actually need her. The other problem I have is I keep clicking the damn home button. If I do that, I apologize, but I have a tendency to do that. And then, like I said, like you every like additional one you will get every 30 pulls, you will get a super rare, and then every 60 rotations or 90 rotations, you will get a you'll get rare, super rare, and then SSR. It's mind boggling, right? Anyway, I'll shut up. Let's pull it. Oh yes, Lubu. That's what I needed. I needed me some Lubu. Zenji, love that. I'm resisting pressing the home button. And then last but not least, yeah, we'll probably do another. We'll do another 10 bomb. Nothing. That was a bit of a dud pull, but that was a bit of a dud pull. We'll save the 3. We don't need to worry about it. The other thing too is that level 50 you actually get this unlocked. So throughout the last 8 or 9 days, the game has been giving me these sort of vouchers to collect, and we'll buy one more so that we kind of even it out. This one, I don't know. I look, the odds are probably 5%, which is what it'll say. You can get souls from this, so you don't necessarily. I don't think you get heroes. We're gonna have a look to see what the pull odds are. I don't know if you actually get heroes from this. I think this is purely for your soul realm, which is not bad. We'll cover that shortly. But I do hope that we get like a couple of Lubu copies. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's gold. What does that mean? Oh, gold must mean that it is the gotcha. All right, come on, just show me gold. Yes, Lubu. I hope there's not limits on how many Lubus we can get. So we managed to get 60 shards of Lubu. Oh, he didn't go away. Okay, all right. So there's a chance to continually get Lubu copies. But how lucky will we actually get? Come on, at least give me two chances at Lubu, please. Yes! Come on, can we get a double up Lubu? Now that would be fat. 3 Lubus? Uh, last chance. No joy. I say no joy, but we do actually need these soul things, which we'll get into. But we'll level up Lubu first, and then I will show you that and end the video. We'll go over to squad, click on this guy over here, click on improve and star up. So the map, it every single node gives you a point, so you don't necessarily, like, it's not like other games where you just have to boom 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 go up to one level. You can sort of use those ones, and then you can actually use the selected from your bag as well. So if you don't have 180 shards but you have some legendary shards in your bag, it'll actually divert you there. So it's pretty intuitive. But let's go ahead and shut up and get this guy to 4-star. There we go. Yeah, Lubu mini avatar. All right, you know we're going to equip that. And then, as you can see, it's 40. So it's 240 to get him to 5-star. And then when you eventually get them to ultra rare, it costs you, let's have a look. So she's ultra rare 2. To promote her, you need 180 shards and you need these ultra awakening ruins. So when you do have a chance early game, try to get these ones when they become available. Just because I know that you're going to need a bucket load to level up all of your team. And each time you level up per rank, it will cost you 1 additional. So I believe after rank 3, rank 4 costs you, I believe, either 3 or 4 of these ultras. And rank 5 either costs you 5 or 4. So it's pretty expensive to get these ruins. Keep that in mind though. But yeah, in terms of the shards, well, when you think it's over, it's not over. You have to keep farming the shards to do it. Thankfully, as I said, the game literally gives you her as an ultra rare without even really having to overthink or invest it. So, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I did, you know what, I have to show it. There's your show record. So, this is literally your stars, and you use the pools that we just got. You use the legendary pools to basically level this up. We'll do that in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if you'd like to see some more of this. If you'd like to join us on the server, hit us up in the comment section as well. Join our Discord, link in the description fields. If you have any questions, if you'd like to, you know, just be a part of it, be amongst it. Even if you don't want to join in, yeah, like I said, feel free to jump into the Discord and say hello. There's plenty of other games that we play. We still play pretty much everything that I do videos on, so be a part of the community. Until next time.